How you doing? My name's Mantion, and so this video is the basics of the act that I plan to do at the 2014 Intel Variety Show in Arizona. So if you have any suggestions on the jokes, if you think there are better punchlines or think there are jokes I should add, leave them in the comments below or send them to me on Twitter at CaptGeek, CaptGeek on Twitter, and we'll see how it goes. So anyway, with that, for anyone who doesn't know, the Intel Variety Show is a rated G kind of show, so that means I have to do clean comedy, which is hard, because, for example, when you start a joke with the word hard in it, all the adults think about one thing, and all the kids think about math problems. So, speaking of math problems, another group of people that don't like math problems are cops. If a cop pulls you over and says, "Excuse me, sir, you know how fast you were going?" do not answer with the word problem. Ooh, that conversation will not end well for you. Speaking of people that have problems with math, if you thought I was going to do a cop joke there, keep in mind there could be some cops in the audience, and I don't want to get pulled over for another broken taillight and complimentary black eye. That's a mistake you only make twice. So, people that have trouble with math, I realize America's biggest problem is that 82% of the people are bad at math, and the other 28% don't realize they are. Speaking of America, one of the things I realized is one of the many reasons I love America is that my name, Eric, is actually built right into the word. I realized that when I was 13, but perhaps more embarrassingly, I realized that the word Saturday has the word turd in it when I was 43. And for those of you that are wondering, yes, I'm 43 now. Speaking of embarrassing, so, you got to be really careful, because when people start to say, "Ah, you're funny," right, inevitably some little old nun will come up and say, "So you're funny, are you? Go ahead and tell us a joke." So, I think everybody should have at least one joke they can tell a nun. This one's mine. Feel free to use it. So, this little brand new baby boy just got rolled in the nursery, and little baby girl is like, "Hi," and the little baby boy's like, "Hi." Little baby girl's like, "So, are you a boy baby or girl baby?" Little baby boy's like, "I don't know." The little baby girl's like, "You don't know the difference between boy babies and girl babies?" So she whips off her blanket and points and says, "See? Pink booties." Speaking of pink, for you ladies in the audience that are wondering, I do tend to pull out all the stops on Valentine's Day, including getting my ladies the very best box of wine from AutoZone. Speaking of stupid moves, and if you don't think getting a box of wine from AutoZone is a stupid move on Valentine's Day, go ahead and try that and let me know how it goes. Speaking of stupid moves, they did a recent study in Arkansas, and they found that 87.2% of accidental suicides start with the phrase, "Hold my beer and watch this." Speaking of Arkansas, they did a study, and they realized that 91% of the equity in mobile homes are wound up in their Elvis collector plate collections. So there's that. And speaking of statistics, they recently reported out that 76.3% of all statistics that have a decimal place are just made up numbers, according to MSNBC. Speaking of statistical anomalies, remember Yogi Bear? "Hey boo-boo, let's go find ourselves a picnic basket." Remember how he kept claiming that he was smarter than the average bear? How did he know? Like, are we supposed to believe that somewhere in Yellowstone Park they had like this bear aptitude test, and they took all that data, right? They put it into a big computer, and then there were like two guys in lab coats, and they're like, "Hey, Charlie, come here, look at this. What you got? Remember that bear Yogi? Look at this. Huh? What do you know? He is statistically more intelligent than the median of the bear population." I don't know. Speaking of science, everybody knows that Newton was inspired by the apple, right? So he could theorize about gravity. But why is it, if he liked the apple so much, that he stuffed his cookies full of figs? Speaking of gravity, the most dangerous person in transportation today is actually Sandra Bullock. Because if you think about it, when she got on a bus, it blew up. When she got on a cruise ship, it blew up. When she got on the International Space Station, it blew up. I would freak out if I got on a plane and she was sitting in first class. And let's see, speaking of planes, have you ever tried to use the Wi-Fi on an airliner? I swear to God, it is as frustrating as trying to empty a swimming pool with a turkey baster. If you listen, you can hear the dial-up motor. I swear you can. And So that's it. That's the act I plan to do for the variety show coming up here in September. So again, if you have any suggestions or whatnot, leave them in the comments below. And thanks for watching.